In this video, I'm going to show you how to replace the front driver's side CV axle on this BMW X5. It's going to be located behind the driver's side front wheel. Let's get into it. We're going to remove the wheel, use a 19mm socket. Take the lug bolts off. And before you take the last one off, I'm just going to hold the wheel from falling and grab the wheel and pull it off. Underneath the vehicle, we're going to take this panel off. There's fasteners along the front. You may have some right there. You're going to use a 8mm socket. Take these off. On the sides, you may have some push pins. In the back, you're going to have a couple more screws. Use a 8mm socket. Take those out, grab the panel, and slide it down. Remove this nut. Use a 22mm socket. Take that off. I'm going to use a front end tool, a puller, just to separate the ball joint from the control arm. Pop that off. We're going to take the axle nut off. Just use a punch, and where it's peened over, you can just try to bend it back a little bit. If you can't get it too much, that's okay. Just do the best you can. On the bottom as well. Just going to make it a little easier. I'm using a 12-point 36mm socket. Take the nut off. Using a punch, I'm just going to give it a tap, try to loosen up the axle from the hub. Just make sure it moves. Alright, that's good. Take the outer tie rod nut off. Use a 22mm socket. Pull that off. I'm going to use a front end puller and separate the outer tie rod end from the knuckle. There's many different tools you could use. It's just a puller. That's loose now. There we go, separate that. I'm using a 18mm wrench and a 16mm socket. Take this bolt out for the rearward lower control arm. Take that nut and bolt out, then that arm can come right down. Using an 18mm socket, take this nut off. Separate that, move that out of the way. Grab the axle, and pull it out. And just push this out of the way. That's good over there. We're going to remove this shield. Just to support the shield while I take the bolts out, I'm going to use a pole jack and just hold that in place. We're going to take these bolts out. I'm going to use a 16mm socket. On this vehicle, there is nuts above the bolts holding them on. They're not welded to the brackets or to the frame. Your vehicle may be different. I'm using a 16mm wrench on the nut. Just take these out. Do the same with the other ones. You can also take this door down, access the nut if your vehicle has a nut on top. And I can remove the pole jack and take the shield down. With a long punch, I'm just gonna give the CV shaft a tap. Just pop it out. You might want a drain bucket underneath just in case some fluid comes out. Just pop it out. And I'll grab it, and it comes right out. Take the new CV shaft, get this lined up. And just slide it in place. If it's not going in, take a rubber mallet and just tap the end until it's all the way down. That's good. Give it a wiggle, make sure it's in there. That's good. Slide the axle into the wheel hub. Just turn the rotor a little bit, get that lined up. There we go. That's good. After the new axle is in, you can wipe off any of the fluid that dripped out. And just to top it off, you can use a H14 socket, hex 14 millimeter. Take the fill plug out. And you can top it off if you need to. Our differential has plenty of fluid in it, so we don't need to. We'll just put this back in. Just want to top it off so that you have a slight stream coming out. So it's at the base of the fill line, making sure the vehicle is on a level surface. And snug that down. Put the shield up. That lined up. I'm just going to use a pole jack to hold it in place. Make it a little easier. Just going to take this door down. Access the nut from there. And there should be one more right there. It's missing on this vehicle. I found a bolt. It's gonna work. And get that lined up. All right, there we go. We'll tighten those down. And lower the pull jack. Close this cover. And take the rearward control arm, get this lined up, get the bolt started. The nut on the back. I'll snug this up now, but you don't want to tighten it down. We're going to torque it later after everything's all together. All right, it's still loose, so it's good. I take the sway bar link, go through the sway bar, put the nut on, tighten this down. Now get the tie rod in the knuckle. Get the nut started. I'm just going to use a pry bar. Just pry up and then snug that nut down. We'll torque that properly after. Take the front lower control arm. We're going to go over the ball joint. If the ball joint's not lined up, just take a socket that fits over here with an extension. Get that lined up. Just like that. That looks good. Push that up, get the nut started. I'm just going to use a pole jack. Just put a little pressure. We can tighten that nut down. That's down, okay. We can torque that after. Lower this right now. Set that out of the way. Put the axle nut on. And I'll tighten this down. I'm going to take a couple of the lug bolts, get those started. And just using a pry bar, go in between the lug bolts. It's just going to prevent the rotor from spinning. And we're going to torque this nut to 310 foot-pounds. There we go. The lug bolts out. Now I'm just going to take a punch and just peen over the nut, just where the little cutouts are on the axle. Just give it a couple taps. That's just going to prevent the nut from loosening up. That's good. And torque this to 47 foot-pounds. Using the pole jack, I'm going to go under this lower control arm, the front, just raise this up. You want to raise it up as close to ride height as possible, still being safe. It would be ideal if you could put the tire on and put the vehicle on the ground to torque these bolts, but it's not that easy. You're not going to be able to crawl under the vehicle. So just get it as close as possible. Now we're going to torque this bolt to 74 foot-pounds. And lower the pole jack. We're going to torque this nut to 59 foot-pounds. Now we're going to torque this nut to 59 foot-pounds. Now put the wheel on. Get that lined up. Put the lug bolts in. Get those started. Snug those down. Now we're going to torque those lug bolts to 111 foot-pounds in a cross pattern to tighten the wheel down evenly. Just go around again, double check. After finishing this installation, it's important to have an alignment done on your vehicle.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.